Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Bat Châtillon on 155.55. It's the Tier 9 French SPG. It's located on the south spawn of Mines, and this one is under the command of Oxagon. Now he's got 3 marks of excellence on the barrel, which means he's probably fairly accomplished with this Arty. He's got a 155mm howitzer, and it's capable of doing 680 alpha. I think it's 680, I think it's 660. 680, yep, 48mm pen, and it's got a 7.6 meter burst radius. It's also an Arty with a turret, so it can turn the turret in just about any direction. Rounds out, direct hit on the Char-Future 4, but it also splashed the TVP, and both of them have taken damage. So yes, that was a particularly good shot because the Char-Future took a lot of stun assist. So did the TVP, just took a hit for 399, and now he's got a shot at the Char-Future, who's hiding at the gate, trying to stop anybody else coming in. Oh, that one, the aim adjusted just as he fired, and the shell fell short. And I think the Char-Future 4 is having second thoughts about staying there now. Now, that came about because Oxagon actually changed his aim. He was thinking about going after that Kunstpanzer on the middle island, and just at that moment the turret turned, so he wasn't able to get the shot in on the Char-Future, but he can now do so. Rounds out. That's a direct hit. In fact, actually, it looks like he may have hit either the Char-Future 4 or somebody else in the way, because it did splash the Char-Future, but it looked like a direct hit. So maybe there was another tank there at the same time, and they both got it. It's only showing the Char-Future 4 as being hit, but that is a direct hit on the M48 pattern, and he immediately seeks cover to stop any counter battery. 415 stun assists, 390 stun assists, so he's rapidly picking up the stun assist. Now the enemy Arty in this game is identical. It's another Bat Chat 155.55. Rounds out in the Jaegeru. It was actually, it's a Jagdtiger, not a Jaegeru, sorry. This is a tier 10 game with tier 9 tanks in it. Now he's got a decent shot on that TVP if he's loaded. Guy keeps changing his approach. He's moving away. Rounds out. No, didn't get that one, but may have splashed him. Yeah, the big trouble in being down in this corner. Oh, people are indicating they think that the Bat Chat 155.55 on the enemy team is over in the Nigel spot down at B1 or C1. And he just got a penetrating shot on the EPR 90. So that guy's really hurting right now. And it looks to me like he's going to go back to that gate again, trying to get shots on the enemy. Okay, A phase 1, rounds out. Another direct hit. Oh, and he went up afterwards, so he got some stun assist for 401. And the A phase 1 is out of the game. The IS-7 got him in the end. We're 3 up on the enemy, and we're now moving into the castle grounds, and that means that the enemy tanks are going to be trying to fight it out. Meanwhile, Oxagon's going after this object 257. He gets a direct hit for 298. There's only one enemy left in the castle grounds, the TVP, and he's about to have a short, brief battle with an IS-7, and he's out the game. So they've secured the castle. We're now still 3 up on the enemy, but we've got a T-57 heavy there. Oh, he fires in between both of them, and he gets stun assist. That was smart, actually, because he stunned both of them at the same time, tried to get the shell together on them to damage both, but got the stun assist anyway and picked up a fair amount from the T-57 heavy. Trying to go for that 257 again. Rounds out. Another direct hit, and he's also killed immediately afterwards. And now there's only 3 enemies left. An E50 and a Bat Chat 155-55, and yeah, they just lost their 257, which now means there's only 2 left on the enemy team. The Bat Chat appears to be in the corner. We haven't spotted him yet, but he's loaded, but the E50 is about to die. So we're aiming in this corner, anticipating that the Bat Chat 155-55 is going to be spotted. And when he is, Oxagon will get a shot into there. He's already clocked 2,600 hit points of actual damage and 3,311 from stun assist, but he must have done more damage because there were a few blind shots in there. Okay, the E50 is about to die. He's gone. The IS-7 got him as well. And now we're about to see the 155. Oh, brilliant shot. He fired before the EBR turned up. And so he got the stun assist off that one, as well as some damage. And the IS-7 gets a ram kill right at the end. Here's the end of battle stats, and we can see that that was an ace tanker for Oxagon in the Bat Châtillon 155-55. He managed to get a bruise the middle for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he managed 13 in that game, as well as a Confederate medal for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. At least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by teammates. And if we look at the team score, we can see that he also scored fairly highly on damage. The highest damage in the game actually went to the Leopard prototype, who got 4,545 hit points of damage. Second highest damage was the 60 TP Lewandowski Go on the enemy team, who managed 3,660. And the third highest damage turned out to be the IS-7, who did, well, quite a few kills. 3,197 hit points went to him. And we can see now that the fourth highest damage was Oxagon. He got 3,005. When it came to kills, it was definitely the IS-7. 7 kills, 1 short of getting a Radley Walters. He definitely got a Top Gun out of that one. But the next highest scorer being the GeForce 3,301. And on the enemy team, their TBP T5051. And in joint third place, well, a lot of players only got 1 kill out of that game. Oxagon didn't get a single kill, but that actually helped him to get the Confederate. When we look at base XP, we can see that he's in second position because the IS-7 managed 1,208, whilst Oxagon managed 1,199. So he wasn't far behind, 9 experience points behind. Remember, Oxagon was tier 9 and he was hitting tier 10 opponents, whereas the IS-7 was a tier 10 hitting tier 10 opponents. So Oxagon was getting 10% extra for every tier 10 that he struck during that game. Third highest was the GeForce 3301, who actually managed 1,029, and they were the only 3 players who actually managed to get over 1,000 base XP. Oxagon fired only 12 rounds in the entire game, but he got 8 direct hits on the enemy and 1 penetration. Now, I'm not sure if this will actually show us which one it was he penned. Oh, it was the EBR. Yes, of course, it said that he penned during the game, didn't he? He got 774 off that one, which means that it was a high roll when it went in. Yes, the guy was coming towards him as he hit him. And so, yes, that was rather fortunate for Oxagon, because obviously those things are very difficult to pen best of times, but because he was coming towards him, it actually hit the armor rather than the wheels, and the wheels tend to deflect damage, whereas the actual body armor of the hull armor is fairly porous because it's fairly thin. Anyway, if we go back to the detail, we can see that he also got 13 splashes in the game, 3,005 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 10 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, but he got 3,702 hit points of stun assist off 14 stuns, and that certainly helped him to get the ace tanker. 39,789 credits from the game, 17,905 from battle payments, 83,557 credits altogether, and after repair and ammunition resupply, took away 50,117 credits profit. 1,199 XP, 3,598 from personal missions payout, and 270 for playing a platoon He took away 5,667 experience points altogether. So a very nice ace tanker. He didn't have to cope with any counter battery during the game, but he was being very careful not to get hit. I think the other Arty was so focused on going after his teammates that he just didn't have time for counter battery, and that can help because Mines is such a predictable map that if you really want to get good damage, you have to go to specific points on the map. And it appeared that the Bat Chat went straight for the corner, which is not the best place to go. The enemy Bat Chat, that is. Whereas Oxagon did go for the corner on the southeast side, which is definitely the best place to shoot from, because you can shoot into the castle grounds and catch the enemy tanks as they're trying to damage your teammates. So well done to Oxagon that the enemy didn't try to counter battery him, but he still got damage on the enemy. Now we've got a two replay video for you here. So we've got another game. Surprisingly, it's also in the Bat Chat 155.55, but under a different player. So let's have a watch of that one right now. The second replay is on the airfield map, Eastbourne. And this time round, it's TanqAndTonic who is commanding the Bat Chat 155.55. Okay, well, she's got Commander AF as his vocal commander in this one. And a rather colourful one it is too. But that's Commander AF's tank scheme, or colour scheme. Now, there was only one prototype of the Bat Chat 155.55. They didn't actually go ahead with the project in the end. It was only the two different types, the Bat Chat 155.55 and the 58 with the autoloader. It wasn't considered or didn't pass and didn't get accepted for production. It's an interesting concept of a turreted Arty. Splashed there on the UDES. Managed to get 49. It looks like somebody else hit him at the same time, and that's why he lost a huge amount of damage. Now, I like what TanqAndTonic's doing here. He's indicating the target before he shoots, and you see what happens. Sometimes you indicate the target like that, and all your teammates see the arrow and immediately hit it. And that has tremendous effects because it means that the Arty player is almost dominating the battle. He got a direct hit there on the Vipera as he's moving up to try and get contact with our teammates, and that means he's stunned. And that means every shot is going to benefit TanqAndTonic. But if he's directing the battle, then he can tell them which tank he wants them to go to next, just by hitting that T key and saying, that's what I'm going for.
Critical hit must be our lucky day.
Another direct hit on the standard B. Thank you, Commander AF. Yes, it may be funny to you, but it's very, very good to me that whenever I get a battle where that happens, where I put the T key on some target and everybody fires at it, I always have a wonderful game because I can just blast away at the enemy tanks, and I know my teammates are going to be following it up for stun assist. Another direct hit, and again, look at that arrow pointing down, say hit that target. I don't think they can see that one at the moment because he's over a ridgeline. But there's been some games where, on say maps like Malinovka, where you see the enemy, all your heavy tanks go up to the top of the hill, and then you start selecting which target you're going to hit next. Usually the one that your teammates can definitely see, and you start blasting away at them. Oh, that was a direct hit. And what happens is this amazing reaction where your teammates see the enemy tank and they all fire at it at the same time. And so the tank you've just stunned suddenly gets assaulted by half a dozen heavy tanks simultaneously, or if they're not that many heavy tanks, maybe medium tanks as well. But the net result is all of a sudden one enemy tank being struck by so many tanks at the same time. Some of them do hit target, they do pen, and the enemy tank goes down. And then you just click your T key on the next enemy tank you can see, that they can see, And all of a sudden they're all attacking that one as well. And just one after the other, the enemy tanks just fall. And it's almost like you're a general directing the battle, telling them where to go next, what to do next. And if they do follow it, the battle does not last long. I can tell you, you end up with a massive score because you're hitting and stunning enemy tanks which your teammates are going to attack. And so you end up with loads of stun assist. Even if it's less damage than you would have done if you'd hit them directly, the extra credit you get from stun assist really does make a difference. Okay, he's lined it up.
That was a bit too close for comfort.
Yeah, and unfortunately he is in view range of that IS-3 too, although he's outside, well, he's in line of sight, but he's not in view range. I think that's why he didn't see him there. Plus the Bat Chat does have some camo, so I think he didn't get seen there, but he is out in the open, and that's kind of vulnerable. He might want to get into a position whereby he can shoot at the enemy without being spotted. But I think he's saying at the moment here he's got some fairly good angles down Heavy Tank Alley to get shots at the enemy. Unfortunately, nobody's spotting them at the moment, so he can't shoot down there. He doesn't know if the enemy's there or not. Okay, he's gone to the pocket, and there's definitely an enemy tank there, a K91. He fires the round in, but unfortunately, because the target kept changing position, he wasn't fully dialed in, and unfortunately didn't get a hit. It actually hit the rock face instead. That's a little bit better, waiting for the turret to turn round. That's better. He's on target, but the enemy can't be seen. Now, a defender's suddenly come round the same corner that his teammate came round earlier. And that was definitely a hit. And he tracked him as well. Oh, like that, the graphics showed the track rolling out. Now, Cranbomb. Standard reload, 28.76 seconds. We're going to see the standard reload any second now for TanqAndTonic. Okay, he's got 25.64, which means that he's knocked at least 3 seconds off the reload. Waiting for the enemy to appear. No, they've gone back behind the rock again. Oh, there's the defender. Oh, that was lovely. 180 actual hit points, but he got hit by one of our teammates at exactly the same time. And there you go, he's down. Now, Cranbomb. We're still waiting for the reload. Unfortunately, the Cranbomb just took out our Centurion Action 10. And technically, he's in line of sight of us, but he can't see us. Ah! Well, that was bringing a detonation. The Cranbomb was taken out by the Standard B, who went straight for his ammo rack and got it. And now we're looking at the Char Future 4. We're not loaded. Char Future 4 just took out our Minotaur. I think the Minotaur's the tier 10 Italian, isn't it? The new ones. The Minotauro. Sounds like a car by Lamborghini, doesn't it? Rounds out. Caught ya. Yep, that was a good shot. Even if you don't actually get a direct hit, it's fun stopping the enemy in their tracks when they think they have to get through the gap quickly, and all of a sudden the shell hits them, stops them in their tracks, and enables your teammates to get a shot in there. Okay, we're going for the E4 again. He's not going to be a happy one. Rounds out. And he's tracked again. And the tracks roll out. That's a new one. I didn't realise they put that graphic in there now. So when tracks do get hit like that, they roll off the tank. Oh, the E4 is taking a huge amount of damage. Loads of stun assist there. Over 600. And that's going to put him off because he's just got stunned. He was aiming for our Skoda T50. He's gone down to the south. Unfortunately, we've got an SU-130PM down there. And oh, the Char Future 4 just got a drive-by on him. The Skoda died. But we do have sight of a couple of the enemy, or did have sight. Our ELC 790 is pulling back now. Of course, there are precious few places the ELC 790 can go. Okay, we can see the Char Future 4. We're just waiting for the turret to turn around. And it was a bit of a snapshot, but the Char Future 4 did go. And he got wiped out by the Standard B. That guy's got 3 kills. And TanqAndTonic's decided to relocate. He's got 1,600 actual damage and 1,400 of stun assists. So he's having a good game. Okay, he's loaded again. Only 6 rounds of standard HE left, 12 rounds of the improved HE, and 2 armor piercing. He fires a snap.
That was close. Let's do it again.
Yep, he got a piece of that M60 as he was driving away. Ah, that T110E3 and E4 rubber. He must be an unhappy player because he has been hit so many times. But it's his own fault because he's just not driving safely. Look at that. That's not a very clever dismount, but here we go. Rounds out. And he's been tracked again. And look at that. The tracks roll off. Yep, he's probably thinking, why me? Yeah, unfortunately, you're just driving in the open. It's making it very easy for TanqAndTonic to put rounds into you. And he's almost ready to do it again, but it's the Standard B who gets the kill again. That guy must be going for a Top Gun now. No, we can't see that one at the moment. I think he was looking for the SU-130PM there. Meanwhile, our guys are moving up in the north. The T103 is making his way towards along the airfield. And we're having a quick look round because there's supposedly that M60 in that area. And there he is. He's been spotted. Fire another one in, and this time round we got the stun. Ah! And the T103 finished the job, and that means that he's got some stun assist. So well done, TanqAndTonic got that round in. Bit of a snapshot, didn't get actual damage, but he did get stun assist, and that's what counts. He helped his teammate there to get a kill. Okay, this is a wise move to get up here because the enemy, it seems to be coming around the south, and that SU-130PM, if he does get round to the rear of our cap area looking for anyone, he's going to be looking for TanqAndTonic first and foremost because he knows that TanqAndTonic's been hitting the enemy. Now, there was a Standard B on the Temple Mount somewhere in this general position. That's why he's looking here at the moment. Just hoping that he comes into view. Our teammates are moving in very warily because they don't want to get hit by that Standard B. He's not a great player though. The best player on the enemy team turns out to be their Arty actually. And TanqAndTonic was just having a quick look towards the south, and he's found him! Rounds out. Direct hit! Wipes him out! He didn't get the full amount. He only got 217 because somebody else must have hit him. But, yep, that was worthwhile because that means now there's only 2 left on the enemy team with 2 minutes to go. This is coming down to the wire. And that means that TanqAndTonic's going to be instrumental in getting this win. The ELC's moving round. Rounds out on that corner. Yes! Another kill!
Destroyed.
He got the Standard B. He was using the tank for armor. The dead tank, the wreck. And it was a big mistake to stay there once he'd been spotted. Should have pulled away. You don't camp on the same position Once you've been spotted, Arty will get you. Nice shot. And now we've got the SU-130 PM in sight. Fully dialed in. Rounds out. Another direct hit. 322. Stun assist. Come on. T103. Put him out of his misery. Oh, he missed. Pull back and reload. TanqAndTonic might get a bit of shot in here. He's down to a one shot and he's going to get ram kill. The standard B takes him out of the game. And that is the end. Here's the end of battle stats for TanqAndTonic in the Bat Chat 155.55. Another ace tanker for TanqAndTonic. He managed to get a bruiser medal out of this one for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he ended up with 12. And just like Oxagon, he got a Confederate medal as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And he really did help his team to win that one. Let's have a look at team score and see where he is. Didn't get the highest damage. No, that went to that Prototypo Standard B with 4,182 hit points. The second highest damage went to the Cranvarn on the enemy team with 3,856. But the third highest damage actually went to TanqAndTonic with 3,498. Well done. When it came to kills, it was the Prototypo. He got 5 kills out of that one. 3 kills went to the Cranvarn and their Char Future 4. Of course, he did that drive-by on our Skoda T50, unfortunately. But 2 kills went to TanqAndTonic and also to the enemy Arty, the M53, M55. And when it came to base XP, yep, he's got second place because the Standard B managed 1,211, whereas TanqAndTonic rather got 1,140, and they were the only 2 players who managed to get over 1,000 base, with the next highest being the M4Y, who managed 839. At least I think that is the M4Y, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, I am gradually going blind. I have to get my glasses out sometimes. Anyway, let's have a look at the detail report. He fired 22 rounds of 155mm ammunition. He got 11 direct hits on the enemy and 2 penetrations. Let's have a look and see which ones. He penetrated the enemy Prototypo Stand B, the guy who was actually sitting behind that wreck. He got an incredibly accurate shot and went right into him and finished him off. And the other one he penetrated was the M53, M55, who again was standing still, trying to aim and take a shot, and he just became a perfect target. Now, it must have been one of our teammates actually hit him just before TanqAndTonic shell arrived, so he only got 217 hit points out of it, but at least he got the kill out of it as well. It's a pity that the Prototypo Standard B didn't get the kill because he was actually on a Top Gun, our Prototypo Standard B, that is. He was on up to 5. He got 1/3 of the enemy team, but he just wasn't able to get the kill on the M53, M55 to enable him to get that Top Gun right at the end. But well played anyway by him to get so much damage and so many kills. If we go back to the details again, we can see that TanqAndTonic got 3,498 hit points, and all of that was at more than 300 meters. He damaged 10 of the enemy, killed 2, 2,043 hit points of stun assist off 17 stuns. He earned 33,807 credits in the battle, 65,000 from personal missions payout, and after ammunition resupply took away 91,071 credits profit, 1,140 XP times 2 for the first victory, took away 3,420 experience points altogether. So yet another really great game for TanqAndTonic, this time in the Bat Chat 155.55. And I think you probably agree that his game and Oxagon's was very, very similar. They both ended up with exactly the same medals. But TanqAndTonic just got slightly more damage by, 500 hit points more. But even so, both players managed to do great games, nice ace tankers. So I'm sure that their teams appreciated them and all that they did. If you enjoyed that replay, please, or replays I should say, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Please leave a message down below because it feeds the algorithm, gets the video noticed so we can spread out to more people. And do let people know that the channel exists, because apparently people don't know that this channel exists. And moreover, people are actually I'm losing subscriptions. And I don't know if that's down to YouTube doing that automatically, but I am losing subscriptions from the channel. I lost 10 people during the past month. And the fewer people that actually view the channel, the more likely that the channel's going to close. So please do let other people know so that we can get more viewers. Because the more viewers we get, the more money we can send to the Ukraine refugees. And of course, the more likely the channel will stay around. Thanks for watching.